Today, I want to share a simple and powerful framework to help you manage that nervousness so you can show up more confident and calm. It's something we've always taught our students, but we recently came up with this specific framework so it's easier to remember and apply whenever you need it. It's called the FREE framework, and it's made up of 4 steps: F for focus, R for reframe, E for exhale, and E for express.
Hi everyone, we're the Shirfa sisters from Malaysia. Azima, Amnah, and me, Aisha, hosts of the My English Matters podcast. After spending 8 years in the UK as children, we know the importance of mastering a second language, so we created myenglishmatters.com as a platform to help second language learners learn to speak, write, and communicate in English with confidence through our online courses, classes, and workshops. To join our free course called Speaking with Confidence and get the latest updates about our programs, subscribe to our email list at myenglishmatters.com. And now, without further ado, let's get started.
Hello there and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the My English Matters podcast. I'm Amnah, your host for today. And if you are celebrating Eid Mubarak, I hope you had a wonderful celebration with your family and friends. Now, today I want to talk about something I know so many of our students struggle with: feeling nervous when speaking English. Have you ever felt your heart pounding before a presentation? Or maybe your hands start to sweat when it's your turn to speak in a meeting? Or sometimes your voice shakes, or your mind goes completely blank when you have to speak to someone who is more fluent than you? Well, you're not alone. In fact, the number one question we get from students in our programs like Communicate with Confidence and Members Monthly is, "Madam, I get really nervous when I need to speak English. How do I overcome this?" The truth is, nervousness is completely normal. It's a sign that you care about how you are portrayed or how you can effectively convey your message. It can also be a sign that you care about what other people think about you, so you don't want to be judged or looked down on. And I get nervous during live video all the time. But over the years, I've learned a few simple tips that have helped me push through the nervousness and just do what needs to get done. So today I want to share a simple and powerful framework to help you manage that nervousness so you can show up more confident and calm. It's something that we've always taught our students, but we recently came up with this specific framework so it's easier to remember and apply it whenever you need it. It's called the FREE framework, and it's made up of 4 steps: F for focus, R for reframe, E for exhale, and E for express. Let's go through each one. So the first step is F, focus on your message. When we feel nervous, it's usually because we're focusing on ourselves. We might be thinking, what if I make a mistake? What will they think of me? What if I sound silly or not fluent enough? What if they judge my bad English? But here's what I want you to ask instead: what do I want to share? So, what is the message that you want to deliver? What value can you offer the people or the person listening? When you shift your attention from how you look or sound to what you want to say, your brain starts to calm down. You become less self-conscious and more message-focused. And another tip: think about the person listening. How can you help them? How can you make them feel heard, supported, or inspired? Your focus becomes less about you being perfect and more about making a connection. So, the next time you feel nervous to speak English, ask yourself, what do I want to share? How can I make my message simple and clear? What does my listener need to know or understand? So remember, F is to focus on your message. All right, so the next step in this FREE framework is R. Reframe the way you think about nervousness. Let me ask you this. What if nervousness isn't a bad thing? What if it's actually a sign that you care? Did you know that nervousness and excitement feel almost the same in your body? Your heart races, your breathing gets shallow, you feel that rush of energy. In fact, a Harvard researcher found that when people simply told themselves, I'm excited, instead of I'm nervous, they actually performed better in situations like public speaking and exams. That's because both nervousness and excitement are high energy states, and your brain just needs a little nudge, a little push to label it differently. In other words, reframe nervousness as excitement. So instead of saying, I'm scared, tell yourself, I'm excited to share this. Try this the next time you're about to speak. Put your hand on your chest and say, this energy means I care. I am ready. I am prepared. And on that note about being prepared, when you're nervous, it actually motivates you to come to the table ready. It's the opposite of being overconfident and showing up unprepared, where you might end up sharing very little of value. So remember, being nervous is a sign that you care. It means that you are willing to take that extra step, whether it's doing the necessary research, practicing beforehand, or simply learning to improve your communication skills. Just changing the story you tell yourself about nervousness can shift your mindset in seconds. All right, the next step in the free framework is exhale, and breathe. Sometimes all we need is a moment to breathe, literally. When you are nervous, your breathing becomes shallow, and that tells your body, I'm in danger. But when you breathe deeply and slowly, you send the opposite signal, I'm safe, I've got this. Now, one breathing technique we have taught our students is called box breathing. It's used by athletes, public speakers, and professionals in high pressure roles to stay calm and focused. And here's how it works: inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold again for 4 seconds. All right, so let's try that together. Only if you're not driving or walking, of course. Ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Notice how you're already feeling a little relaxed and less stressed. You can repeat that for a few rounds. Notice how your heart rate slows down, your shoulders drop, your jaw relaxes. This is your body's way of saying, I'm calm, I'm in control. So before your next speaking opportunity, take a moment to breathe like this. It only takes a minute, and it can make a world of difference. And finally, we have come to the last step of this free framework. Express freely. This is your gentle reminder. It's okay if you're not perfect. You are not here to deliver a flawless speech. You are here to communicate. Speak naturally. Don't overthink every word. If you make a mistake, keep going. That one moment does not define you. There's really no such thing as a perfect speech or a perfect conversation. You just do it, and each time you get better. It's a process of progress, not perfection. So we had a student who struggled with this. She would overthink every single sentence she wanted to say. Before speaking in English, she'd rehearse the words in her head, second guessing every single phrase. And by the time she finally spoke, the sentence lost its flow, and she'd feel disappointed with how it came out. So we reminded her, stop overthinking, trust yourself, let the words come out. And if you need to, course correct as you speak, which means that you can adjust or clarify your message as you go along, just like correcting your direction while driving. There's no point trying to perfect every word in your head before anything even comes out. Instead, let the ideas flow. And if the other person doesn't understand, keep communicating until the message is clear. It's not about waiting to be perfect, it's about perfecting as you go. Because your message matters, and people are listening because they want to hear from you. So let your voice be heard, even if it shakes a little. Speak with heart and speak with purpose. So there you have it, the free framework to help you overcome your nerves when speaking English. It's made up of 4 simple yet powerful steps: focus, reframe, exhale, and express. The next time you feel those nerves kicking in, remember this framework. And even if you can't remember all 4 steps on the spot, just using 1 or 2 can make a huge difference in how you feel and how you show up. Now, before I go, let me leave you with a few questions to reflect on the next time you're about to speak in English. What do I want to share? Can I reframe this nervous energy as excitement? Have I taken a moment to breathe and calm my body? Can I give myself permission to speak freely without expecting perfection? With a little practice, these small shifts can help you feel calmer, clearer, and more confident, no matter the situation. And remember, you are not alone in this. Here at My English Matters, we help English learners just like you gain the confidence and clarity they need to express themselves in English. So if you found this episode helpful, we'd be so grateful if you shared it with a friend or colleague who might need it too. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take care. Bye for now, and Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the My English Matters podcast. Please make sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and leave a review of this podcast if you like it. If you'd like to learn even more with us, we have a free training called Speaking with Confidence, where we send 7 tips to your email. You'll also get weekly emails with tips and lessons to help you improve your English. Join us at myenglishmatters.com.